fact, yes, I'm wearing the same attire because you would have seen the video prior to this that I got tagged in 2 videos by Ian, British Geeky Guy. So this was a video started by 2 new YouTubers, Geeky Couple Carnage, which I'll put the link down below. Make sure to please go over and subscribe to them. There's nothing better than whenever you start a YouTube channel and you start getting subscriptions, and leave comments as well, because if you subscribe they may not get notifications, whereas if you leave a comment, what I normally do is if there's somebody I haven't seen before, I'll click on them and see what their videos are, and you know, have a watch of them and do it that way. So please make sure to go and subscribe to them. Really cool questions, so I'll rattle on because there's 12 of them to get through. So number 1, do I collect anything and what? It's probably easier to say what I don't collect, to be honest with you. I collect pop vinyls, even though I haven't really bought any for a while, but that's because I'm saving up for Star Wars Celebration. Comic books, Doctor Who DVDs. I do have quite a bit. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let's see if I can do. So I have quite a few. I have quite a few there. Yeah. Don't go on a walk with me. Sorry about that. I also like collecting retro TV shows. You know, like Thunderbirds, Thundercats, He-Man, that kind of thing. Anything that kind of from my childhood that I can kind of go back to. That's always good. I had a great childhood, and it's thanks to my parents that I was able to have that. My favourite superhero movie? Oh, I would say if I was allowed to have Avengers, or Avengers Assemble as it's called over here, I would say that, because obviously that has everyone in it. The first time we see Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. And Iron Man would be a close second. I really enjoyed the first Iron Man movie as well. Captain America Winter Soldier, they would be my top 3, but Avengers was always my number 1 pick. I've always really enjoyed that movie. Favourite Disney movie? Star Wars. But I'm going to go, obviously Star Wars would be the live action one, but it's always really hard for me to choose, and nobody else I think will have these 2, but these 2 are my favourite, which are The Emperor's New Groove and Tarzan. I really enjoyed those movies. I really like Aladdin as well. It's hard not to like Disney movies, to be honest with you. And I've seen so many of them and have that many on DVD. With the likes of Snow White, Lion King, etc. But Tarzan and The Emperor's New Groove are the ones that I would choose there. First song that comes into my head, Hip to Be Square by Huey Lewis and the News. That's always in my head. I don't know why. It's maybe because of a Justin Lee Collins podcast where he kept shouting at Huey Lewis. You can't really listen to it to understand, but it's quite funny, and that's always in my head. My head, not my hat. Favourite game? This is a really tough one because I have 2, and one, the Mario games are always like the retro Mario games, like the original Mario, Mario 3, Mario Kart, etc. are always really good. Super Mario World, I got such... that's a game that I waited to come out on the 3DS so I could have it to take with me if I'm going somewhere, or you know, like if I'm bored and you know, like I'm on my lunch break and working, and just sit and play it. And then they announced that it was coming out for the new 3DS, so that I could still remember how to get all the levels, because there was like 96 so each level. Some levels would have, like if they were red, would have more than one way for you to exit it, and I could still do all that, so that's cool. Another one would be a remake that I'm so looking forward to, and I really hope that comes out next year, is Resident Evil 2. That game for me was where I fell in love with the Resident Evil series. The first one was great, don't get me wrong, but the second one, because you had 2 discs and the stories kind of overlapped with each other, was so good. I really enjoyed that, and obviously I interviewed Alison Court, who was the voice of Claire Redfield, and that was a big thrill for me as well. Number 6 is a tough question because I have so many of them. Favourite YouTuber? But you know, I watch people the likes of Dave and Robbie and British Geeky Guy, and you know, and this is the thing, is that I'll miss somebody the likes of Mercy and Millie, etc. But one that I'm always excited to watch, and every time they have a video up I will watch, is Comic Trips, without a shadow of a doubt. Those guys, you know, put so much love and effort into their videos, and it shows. You know, they're somebody who you can kind of interact with on social media, and they're not these pompous people who be like, oh, we don't have time for you, little man. Not that they talk like that anyway. But it's a case of they interact with you and they want to build a community, and they put so much passion into their stuff, and it's a real pleasure to get to know them better, and for them to watch my channel and even comment on a video that or on YouTube or Twitter saying that they hadn't seen a video from me for a while is kind of heartwarming, because it's a case of, you know, they're watching people's YouTube videos as well, and I always appreciate that. Do you have, or are you getting any body modifications? Well, I'm getting liposuction tomorrow. No, I don't have any tattoos or piercings or anything like that. I know finally I would get a tattoo, and then the instant I get it, I'll be like, I don't want that anymore. I'd be like JD whenever he gets Elliot and Scrubs going, I don't want it anymore. So I'd be like that, so no. Xbox, PS4 or PC. I have both an Xbox and a PS4. I would probably say Xbox, solely on the fact that I interact with Dave a lot on that, and we play Battlefront quite a lot. If I didn't have that, I would say PS4, but the Xbox swings it because of that. Like whenever the new Battlefront maps come out, we play them straight away and what have you. So yes, I would say Xbox, but if I didn't have Dave as a acquaintance, sorry, sorry, PlayStation. Who inspired me to make YouTube videos? Well, if you scroll back through my videos, I've done so many. You know, I've went from doing comic videos, like I still label these issues because I like to kind of do it that way, because sometimes I'll talk about comic books and things like that. But then I did wrestling ones. It was through wrestling that I met Robbie, who his videos are always entertaining, and he always puts a lot of work, especially in his his latest videos with his like convention trips and things like that. But it was Haley and Mr. Big Red 1990. Mr. Big Red is no longer on YouTube. Who I watched their videos and I was like, I enjoy their videos. I could maybe do that. And because I'd done podcasts and things like that before, you can find Operation Retro Shock on iTunes and things like that. And What the Shell, which was the Turtles one that I did. I thought, well, this will be easier than doing podcasts, because podcasts, obviously you have to edit it and things like that, whereas this, it doesn't take as long to do. But it was through YouTube that I've met so many great people. So I would say those two inspired me, but it's a case of I met so many great people who, once I've watched their channel, well, I really like what he does there, I really like what she does there, and there's so many great people who, you know, you're like, oh, I really wish I could do things like that, you know, I can edit things properly, whether I'm putting an intro and an outro, but this is just who I am, and I just prefer doing it this way. People do it different ways, I just prefer to do it this way. TV or YouTube? Now for me, this should be Netflix or YouTube. TV, I don't think anyone really watches TV, and if you miss something, you'll either get bits of it spoiled on Twitter anyway, or on YouTube. But it's a case of, you know, like everything's on demand now. Back in my day, whenever I was like 10, I don't know why I'm doing like a Sean Connery as a really, really old decrepit man. You know, we had videos that we had to tape stuff on, or DVDs, which never really took off. The DVD burner, I mean. But you know, you could record stuff, whereas now you can record stuff and everything's got like a +1, so if you miss it by like 10 minutes, you can watch it, you know, an hour later or whatever, and there's so many streaming sites and things like that. So I would probably say I would watch more stuff on my TV than I would YouTube, because I'd watch like stuff through my PlayStation, like Netflix and things like that. But I watch YouTube. Normally I would watch YouTube whenever I before I go to bed. I'd watch like videos that I've missed or whatever. Music genre, which would be probably classic rock, the likes of Beatles, Queen, things like that. Michael Jackson, more like pop. But I prefer the older stuff. I don't really care for a lot of the newer stuff, to be honest. I would only really, I like music soundtracks and things like that, but with certain music, if I hear a song featured in like a movie or whatever, I'll be like, oh, I like that song, you know, and I'll look it up what it is or whatever. And the last question is Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z? Pokemon, no question. I did a thing with a guy in work where he had never seen Master of the Universe and I'd never seen Dragon Ball Z, the original one. I can't even remember any of the Goku, is it? The one that turns into like a big monkey thing. And people are going, oh my god, what are you talking about? So I said, right, I'll tell you what, I'll let you borrow the 2002 Mike Young Productions version of that, and you give me Dragon Ball. I watched all Dragon Ball. He watched 10 minutes of Master of the Universe and got bored. Because they were running around in like a low-end class, and I went, right, so you're fine. I don't want to even talk about Dragon Ball Z because I know people love it and I will say something and offend somebody, so I don't want to. But yes, it was a case of, well, I've watched how many hours of this and trudged through it all, and I will never watch it again, sorry. But we're all different, so. And I have to tag 3 people. So I'm going to tag somebody who I was subscribed to before, but I don't know why they're unsubscribed by accident, which is the Midas Touch, Chris Hayden, I think his name is. So you're a YouTuber that I've kind of just come across, and we're heading to Star Wars Celebration soon. I want to kind of meet you there, but I'd like to know a bit more about you, so if you want to answer these. And I'd like to know Robbie, because some of these questions I may know bits of with Robbie, but I know he's a big Disney fan and stuff, so I want to know that. And Simon, I want to get you back on YouTube videos. He did, came back to do his convention stuff, and it was a really good video, and I always love seeing Simon's videos, and Robbie's too. So yes, you guys have been tagged. You tag 3 people, and there you go. All the questions are down below. For some reason you can't copy and paste them, which is weird, but yes. Thank you for watching this video. That's going to do it for me for today. So thank you, and until next time.